Perfect. All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hope everybody's doing great. Hope everybody's doing well. Oh, let me turn my lights on 1 second. There we go. Hope everybody is having a wonderful, wonderful morning. I am wearing my Mr. Clyde t-shirt. Told you guys Clyde would make an appearance today. Here's Clyde's t-shirt. So Clyde is here too today in spirit. Let me say good morning to everybody, and then we'll begin. So we got Dave, we got Arnulfo, we got Vernon, Vertuvian, David, Javad. Good morning, Javad. Jill, Ivano, Cam. Good morning, Cam. Brian, good morning. David, Tim, Deanna, John, Illinois grain farmer. Tom, Wade, Robert, Charlene. Is it Charlene or Charlene? Okay. Good morning, Charlene. Keith, Bill, the sassy trainer. Jesse, Peter, Maria, Geothi, Jeff. Good morning, Jeff. Richard. Good morning, Richard. Brian. Good morning, Brian. Look at that. We got Jeff, Richard, Brian, Eduardo, Eagle Beagle's in the house. JB's in the house. Timothy, Mark, Stephen, Harold, Maddie, Duzzy, Stephen, Dr. Serena, my actuary's in the house. Yay. Hello there. Sylvain, Dave, Rebecca, Genevieve, Henry, Rosalind, Devin, Stephen, Ralph, Rick. Good morning, Rick. It was good to see you last week with your I don't know if she was your girlfriend or your wife, I'm not sure. Or your business partner. I don't know who it was, but it was a pleasure meeting both of you. Wardog, Jody, Dave, Rachel, Gregory. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, and good morning. Happy hump day. You know, it's kind of funny. I thought today was Tuesday, actually. I totally lost track of time. I completely lost track of time. I don't know where this week has gone, but I'm glad we're all here. All right. So let's get to about 200 people. Give you guys another minute. Once we get to 200, we will start. We got Frank, Julio, Rachel, Dave, Jeffrey. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Let me post some links. Carlos did his homework. 200 people. There we go. That's what I was waiting for. Rick says, good morning, Nancy's my better. Okay, got it. 9/10 wife. Got it. Got it. Sorry, Rick. I just didn't know. I didn't want to make any presumptions, so I apologize. Moondog, rehab cooldown. Oh, my. Charlie Clyde is in the house. Look, Charlie, I got Clyde. I'm wearing Clyde. My wife got me this when she was in New York. She got one for me, and I think she got one for Murray. Thomas, George, Scuba Chris, Raj, good morning. Let me post some links. We had a very nice session yesterday, and I got some really great emails. I'll be live today. I'll be live at 1:30 Eastern time for market analysis. It'll be a lot of fun. Here's the link for that. I don't know why it says 1:30, but I guess it's at 1:30. Let me see something here. Why did they put me at... Let's see. Yeah. Oh, okay. I guess it's at 1:30 today. All right. Well, there you have it. I thought it was at 1, but it's at 1:30. Good to know. So we're doing a class at 1:30 today. If you missed it yesterday, I highly, highly recommend it. I will be in my VIP room today. And boy, oh boy, do I have a session for you. Good morning, Martin. Good morning, Charlie Clyde. I got a great session for you. I'm going to talk about putting a game plan together for swing trading from A to Z. A complete game plan, a game plan. Diversification, why most of you got it wrong. Most of you don't diversify nearly as much as you should, okay? You're not taking into account the correlation in the market. I'm going to finally talk about an earnings scorecard. Finally, I'll have a good update for you from FactSet. I talked about ATR yesterday, and people loved it. Did you guys enjoy the ATR session that I did? A lot of people send me emails. They said they had a really great session. Well, today I'm going to talk about how to use ATR to find trends, okay? And how to use it. Good morning. As a filter. Good morning, Peter. Jason, Christian, good morning. So I'm going to talk about how to use ATR as a trend filter, and it'll be the second part of this class we had yesterday. Folks had a really good time yesterday with it. And also, let me give you a link to Customer Service Live, the Cam and Gustavo show, where folks will be able to get all their questions answered. All right, let me just pull that here. Here's a link for Cam and Gustavo. Gustavo, good morning. Cam, good morning. If I didn't say hello to you yet. Jeff says the ATR is a very useful tool. I even use it for day trading. It's very useful. It's very useful. Steven, I'm going to have part wa today. So it'll be interesting. Now, I'm going to ask you all, what is the catalyst for today? What is the catalyst for today? Does anybody know what the catalyst is? And after yesterday's session, it should be pretty easy because one of those catalysts is, well, actually, both of them are from yesterday. Can anybody tell me what are the catalysts for today? What is the market looking at today? Can anyone tell me? This is important. I want to give you guys a minute. FOMC, that's one. Okay, definitely FOMC. Confirmed trade. Okay, Dave got it right. And no. It's FOMC. It's finally trade talk with China, and it's reaction from AMD. So actually, let's see who got it right. Good morning, Gustavo. Dave got it right, except for AMD. Let's see. Carlos says decision, trade talk, optimism, not Uber, Disney, SMC, AMD. AMD. We don't want to have a shotgun approach to this, Carlos. We want to have a sniper rifle approach for this. We don't want to use the shotgun approach for our catalysts. Now, to a lesser degree, Uber, DoorDash, Disney, SMCI, but it's really AMD. AMD has about 15 times the firepower of all those companies together. So it's the reaction from AMD. It's China equal volatility, right? VIX. And reaction from the Fed equals the bond market. So what are we going to be looking at today? Chips, the bonds, and volatility. Okay? But it's very important. It's very, very important to know all this. China, FOMC, AMD. Not India, Pakistan. No. You got to be really targeted here because it's very easy to create catalysts when there aren't any. In this case, you got to go for the biggest ones. You can't go for every little thing. You got to go, what is the biggest thing? If you can't figure out, and by the way, folks, it's usually two or three things. It's usually not more than three things, and it's usually 1 to 3. 95% of the time. Carlos, just to make your life easier, always pick the top 3. The top 3. Naples fan, the new Pope has zero to do with the economy. The new Pope has zero to do with the economy. Zero. I'm talking about things that are going to drive price today. The Pope is not going to drive price. Maybe the tasteless picture of Trump pretending to be Pope will, but not. No. This is important. We don't want to mess around here. We want to be really, really, really. See, par 3 golfer, you're giving me the news. I want the top 3 things. If it's more than 3, then you don't know what the catalyst is. Okay? As a rule of thumb, it's never going to be find the top 3 things. If it's more than 3, limit it to 3. It's very, very rare. Typically, if the market's being driven by more than 3 things, nothing is driving the market. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? If you can't figure it out within your first 2 hits, then the odds are there is no catalyst. And that happens too around 4th of July, which is when I'm going to Germany, 4th of July. So I want you to keep it up to 3 things. If you have more than 3 things, usually you don't know what the catalyst is or there is no catalyst. 1 to 3. 1 to 3. What's the 3 most important things? Let's see. Okay, how How important is Moderna plunging compared to AMD? It's not. Moderna is part of the whole healthcare sector. It's all plunging because of tariffs. So that's not really that important right now. But you think AMD is important to the market today? What do you think will happen if AMD turns negative? What do you think will happen to the Nasdaq? I want you to think, what are the top three things influencing the market? What are the top two things influencing the market? I want the big stuff. I want the 80-20 principle. How do we evaluate or confirm that these are the proper catalysts? By me confirming it for you, Anik Kumar. Okay? By me confirming it for you. Okay? Good morning, William. Good morning. Good to see you. Hey, Richard from Puente Gorda sending me nice emails. Very nice. It's going to be Powell's. Well, FOMC is Powell's comments, Rick. That's the same thing. Nobody cares about the FOMC. We only care about Powell's comments. FOMC is going to be a nothing burger. So the only thing that matters is Powell's comments. But when I said FOMC, I included Powell's comments in that. To be fair, that's part of the package. That's a package deal. Now, why am I spending so much time talking about this? Because if you guys don't know what the catalysts are, you won't be able to gauge the market effectively. Try to figure out what the catalyst is before coming on here, and I'll confirm. It's usually one to three things. If it's more than three things, you either got it wrong or there's no major catalysts. Okay? I just want you guys to understand this. Okay? I want you guys to understand that. Okay? All right. Yeah, the announcement is part of the meeting. Alan says, I've now conditioned myself to do my homework pre-market, then confirm with Clyde. Yes, you got to confirm with Clyde, Mr. Clyde. They got a cool store there where you can give them your picture and they'll process it and put it on a shirt in like 10 minutes. Folks, the first thing I look at when I turn on the monitor, when I get to the office after I say hello to Matt for the second time, is I look at the whatever's causing those catalysts. And if I don't see them moving or I see them moving negatively, that's what I alert you on Telegram about. Okay? So, folks, this is really important. I know you're thinking, why is he spending so much time on this? It's really important for you to know what the catalyst is. Okay? So, usually it's one to three. If it's more than three, you don't know what it is, or you've got too many going on. You can't have three major catalysts. And usually it's the 80-20 principle. Look for the big, obvious things. Okay? And if you want to cheat, now somebody asked me, how do I know if I'm right or not? This will confirm it for you right here. All right, so let's begin. So far, the market's looking pretty good. Nasdaq's looking okay. It's up over 100%. This is beyond random. We got a good movement in the E-mini S&P. What did the market do yesterday? Exactly what I told you it was going to do yesterday. Bearish to choppy without a lot of directional bias. Okay? Bearish to choppy without a lot of directional bias. But again, so far we're bullish. So far we're bullish. Okay? What earnings do we need to focus on today? You've got a mixed badge, mixed batch. My suggestion is to pay attention to NVO, ARM, another chip stock, UBA. Okay, Uber, very, 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 very important. Uber's going to tell us consumer demand. DoorDash and Uber will tell us demand because when things get cheap, people stop taking Uber and they start taking the bus. When people get cheap, they stop using DoorDash. This is consumer discretionary and this is the healthcare, okay? So you got some exposure to semiconductors, consumer discretionary, and healthcare. And Carvana, you can put that into the consumer discretionary basket. Good morning, Kirk. Good morning, good morning, good morning. That's why I thought when saw someone comment new pope, I got confused. Yep. So Alan, you said my new condition myself to do my homework. Please confirm with me because every morning when we go here, I will confirm with you. I will confirm with you. Okay. I will confirm with you, and then you will be able to gauge things more effectively. Okay, and that's the key here. So again, we got a mixed bag here. I don't know which ones are coming out in the morning. If you guys have seen the numbers for any of these, please let me know. Also, I'm expecting a subdued session as we head into FOMC. So I'm not expecting too much until we get into FOMC for obvious reasons, uncertainty. All right. As far as Fed data is concerned, we obviously know that the press conference is going to be the biggest one. The FOMC, they're not going to do anything, but are they going to go road A or are they going to go road B? Okay. That is the question. Oh, sorry, folks. Just need to turn my lights up a little more. It's a little dark in here for some reason. I don't know why. Clyde must have not turned on the lights last night or something. I don't know. Okay. So we got petroleum status report today and basically the FOMC. Now, in terms of the FOMC, I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm expecting, okay? I'm expecting the Fed to say we're not going to take any action now. And I think they're going to stick it to Trump. They're going to say, as of right now, things are moving in the right direction. We can't foresee the future because we don't know the full impact of these tariffs. We can't say that things are not looking as great as they did a few months ago because the markets are stressed out due to uncertainty. As of right now, we're going to remain on our agenda. But if things in the future change, then we're going to have to take some action. Now, I'm about 90% sure that's what he is going to say. Okay, that no action right now. Things are still we're still moving on the right trajectory, but if things begin to shift, now here's what you need to pay attention to. Okay, here's what you need to pay attention to. Whether he says if things change, if or we are seeing things change. So if he starts saying how there is a change taking place, I know I'm getting really like anal here, but trust me on this. Are we seeing something happening or if we see something happening? Okay, now listen carefully. This is going to make all the difference in the world. Is he seeing a perceived risk or if he sees a perceived risk? Capiche? You guys understand what I'm saying here? This is very important because he can say a million things and he can say, well, we have no idea what anything is going to be. How in the world can we react to that? Or he can say, I'm smelling a rat. I'm smelling a rat fink. I smell something. So we could be seeing something or we are seeing something. Do you guys understand the difference? Dash trading lower. Yeah, I don't care whether it beat or not. I care about the reaction of the stock. Uber, VST are down, NVO are up. The fact that Uber and A&T are down is not great. The fact that NVO and Disney are up is okay, and AMD flat is very bad. DoorDash trading lower even though it beat, that's very bad. That's very, very bad. That's like the worst thing that can happen. That's reflecting on the economy. Announced acquisitions. Oh, okay. Well, that could be it too. That maybe because of acquisitions. We got to see. We got to. I'll take a look at the numbers. Remember, I'll be updating you all day long today, as I always do. By the way, have you noticed I've been doing more actionable updates on the free Telegram channel? Has that been helpful to you? Let me know if that's been helpful to you. Let me know if that's been helpful to you. All right. So remember, at 1:30, I'm going live today. Here's a link for that for all of you day traders out there who took a nice gain on Tesla, and who took a nice gain on what was the other one? I don't even remember the other one we took this week. Now I'm losing trades that we took earlier in the week. It was a quick trade though. What was the trade we took on Monday, guys? In the pit? Do you remember? What was the trade we took on Monday in the pit? Give me let me know. I forgot. I know it was Tesla 2 on Monday, but what did we take? Oh, Wendy's. No, Wendy's was yesterday. That was a bonus. On Monday, what was the trade that we did on Monday in the pit? Oh, the hell. I could look it up here. Here, let me see. What was it? Tyson. So yeah, we made money on Tyson and Tesla, and some of you made money on Wendy's, and some of you made money on other stocks. Good, 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 good. So please come and join me in the VIP room today. I'll be talking about day trading, and here's the room for the VIP room today. Part two of ATR. See, you guys remember better than I do. It's amazing. And hold on one second. And good morning, Beef 33. Where's the beef? Remember Wendy's, where's the beef? And let me give you customer service live link where Cam and Gustavo always have the good stuff for you. All right, let's continue. Still holding Tyson. Good for you, Gaston. Good for you. Let's take a quick look at it this morning. That's a pretty bearish stock, my friend. All right. Good morning, Kay. Yes, we have made money on your picks. Thank you. Good, good, Bob. That's what I expect, Bob. That's what I expect. And let me put that on testimonials. We'll continue in just 1 second. Now have two screens devoted to AZP and another two with ProTrader Dash. Tools are beasts. They are beasts. They are beasts. Give me 1 second, folks. We're almost at the next section. 1 second. Hey, good morning, Randy. Where's the... I can't wait to hear it, Bob. That was one of my favorite commercials of all time. So, bond market. Bond is flat. We're waiting for the announcement. Folks, I'm going to give you a heads up right now, okay? Please write this down, okay? We don't want to break yesterday's low on the bonds. Yesterday's low is 86.64. Please write that down. I'm going to actually write it down for you. 86.64. We don't want to break the low on the bond market, okay? We don't want to break this low right here because then this is the next level. We don't want to break lower. We want to break higher. We want to go into this. As a matter of fact, we want to have a parabolic move breaking this in one shot. A, a girl can dream, right? And hope, right? I doubt it's going to happen, but you know, we don't want to break this low. I'm going to put a little horizontal line here. We don't want to break this low today. We don't want to break this low today. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate it. Very nice of you. Crude oil. Crude oil, remember I drew this line for you and I said to you that I don't think we're going to get on this side of the fence. Well, look what happened when we hit our resistance level and the 8-day. We backed off pretty hard. Okay, we backed off pretty hard. I actually think we're not really going to sink. And we do have the petroleum status report today, by the way, at 10:30. At 10:30. Okay, but but I'm telling you right now, the most likely scenario is a consolidation for the next few days between this bar, between the 61 level and the 56 level. Again, folks, you may want to write this down. I don't write it down because I kind of have all this in my head, but I wouldn't be surprised if we stayed between 61-ish and 56-ish right here, right here in this zone. Because we don't have a lot of news right now on crude oil. We had some late last week, but we don't have any right now. So I'm expecting us to kind of just stay in this area for a while, okay? I'm not expecting a big move from the energy market. If we get above to this line right here, to the 61 level, and we start curling down, or we start curling down and we take out the 58, if we take out the 58.90 level today, I may be looking to short some energy stocks. So I'm still looking to short energy stocks, and I'm looking for the weakest energy stocks right now. But in terms of the energy complex, I believe crude is going to stay between 61 and 56 for the foreseeable future. And again, crude with higher lows, that would be well, um, no, bond market, we want to see a higher, well, in the bond market, we want to see a high, we want to go up. Crude oil, it's not really what I want to see. Jeff, let me rephrase. Okay. Let me rephrase. I don't really care what I see for crude oil because we could trade crude oil one way or the other. So I don't really care what happens, but what I think is going to happen is that it's going to stay between the lows, the 60, 61 and 56, 57, right around this area. Now, do I really care? Does it make much of a difference? No, it doesn't. Well, with the bond market, it does. So for crude oil, I'm just telling you what I think is going to happen. For bond market, I'm hoping it what I'm telling you will happen. Hopefully you understand the difference in the connotation, because I don't think anything bad will happen to the economy if crude oil drops down to 56. Whereas if the bond market breaks this low, we can be in deep shit. That's kind of what I'm saying. So in the bond market, I'm really hoping we're going to break the 8 day and come up here and not break these low levels. We need to do that because the US dollar needs something to hold on to. Okay. But if crude oil breaks down here, I don't really see any major impact of it. I'm just telling you what I think will happen. I don't really have much of an opinion on the bond market, but I do have a more of an opinion on crude oil. And the reason I don't have an opinion on the bond market is because I have no idea if the Fed is going to say we see things that are wrong or we don't yet, but we may in the future. The difference between those two words can be the difference between the bond market going down to 85.80 or going up to 89.54 in one day. Again, I just want to be clear. I want to be super clear, Bob. Excuse me, Jeff, not Bob. Jeff, I want to be super clear. So I don't have a feeling about the bond market. I have a feeling about crude oil based on the technicals. And crude oil, I think, are going to just hover around here, start breaking the low, and kind of hover around here. All bets off on bond market. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm telling you based on what I'm seeing. If we hit here, it's good. If we hit here, it's bad. Don't really matter for the economy too much in terms of crude oil. Rich says the lower the bonds number goes, the more interest we pay. Yes, exactly. And the worse the economy gets, and the exactly, Rick, and also impact on the U.S. dollar, impact on the U.S. dollar. Okay, so the bond market has a much stronger impact on the U.S. dollar than the crude oil market. And if the and I'm really concerned about the U.S. dollar because the U.S. dollar hasn't really bounced very much since Trump stopped the whole "I'm going to fire Powell" speech right here. See, we're only up here. We were down here. I mean, we are, and it looks to me like we're headed back down there, or at least consolidating. So I'm very much concerned about the TLT, but that's a more unforeseeability because of the news today, where crude oil is just trading on technicals. No, Rich, and Rich, that I think is the bigger problem beyond tariffs that people don't want to face right now. Listen to what Rich wrote right now. I think that's a major. Good morning, Ivan. Good to see you. I think that's a major issue. All right, let me post. Remember, I have a live class at 1:30. If you're into day trading or swing trading, this is a very good class. I have VIP room where I'll be talking education, and finally, I'll give you an earnings scorecard. Can't believe it myself. And let me give you customer service live link. Cam, I'm going to repost it in our chat because you and I chat a lot, which I absolutely loved. I love chatting with Cam. Cam and I have a very similar way of seeing things, which I absolutely adore. Cam is a good guy. So right here, folks, here, let me just pull this up here. Folks, the Cam and Gustavo show, pure gold. Pure gold. That's what folks tell me. See this level? We don't want to trade today. at any point below the shaded area. Okay, we wanna stay right here. That's right. What Ray just said is very true as well. Remember, I don't think crude oil is going to have a major impact in the next couple of weeks, so I don't think it's a major catalyst right now. But U.S. dollar is, and if the U.S. dollar starts trading below 99, we're not going to be in a good position. Gold, what is gold doing? Gold is kind of doing what we thought it was going to do, and as I told you before, that if you are currently long gold, stay with your position, maybe lighten your load just a little bit, because I think this area has some consolidation, has some legs in it, and I also think there's a good chance we're going to come down to here. So if you're waiting to buy gold, be a little patient, especially with us heading into FOMC today. If you're so if you're holding gold, keep holding gold. If you don't have any gold, don't do anything. That's kind of what my opinion is. And the reason is I like this level. I think there's a chance we're going to go higher, especially if the US dollar breaks down. And it looks to me like it may. And I think we have a lot of uncertainty right now, which makes the gold a lot more attractive than it typically does. There's a lot of support around these levels, around the 3150, 3200. I keep saying this every day, but nothing really changed. So just be a little patient. Now, I did add one gold stock to my list today. So there's one gold stock that's starting to look really good, and I'll talk about that, okay? I went to see a car for my daughter. She goes off to college. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. You were writing me about that. My credit score is over 800. They offered me 5%. Mm-hmm. Richard, in light of the credit card debt that people are paying, 5% right now is not that bad. But I think we got even a lower rate with BMW. I'm going to ask my wife what it is. I'll tell you later today, but I think we might have even gotten a lower rate with BMW. Samuel says, currently down on my shorting the market, thinking about adding another 10K to average down. I am too early. Should I wait? I would wait a little bit, Samuel. You know, it takes a long time for a bull market to fade. Just my 5 cents. All right, China. China is still hovering around the 50-day moving average. Now, folks, the fact that China is up here and US dollars down here is not good. I'm going to say this again. The fact that China's up here and the US dollar is down here is very bad. We want to see US dollar up here and China down there. Okay. Good morning, Deb. Good to see you. Good to see you. So just 5 cents. All right. Let's talk about our catalysts. Let's break everything down. By the way, let me just take a look and see how the market's doing. Oh, wow. Look at that. We dropped almost 50%. Whew. Let me just quickly see how AMD's doing. And this is delayed too. Yeah, that's not great. Big, yeah, coming down, and we're near the lows right now. That's not good. That's not good. Moondog, auto loan rates are 2.8. I know, Richard, I know I got a commercial from Ford. They're really doing whatever they can to. I don't know what kind of car you're looking for your daughter, but I know Ford right now has some really good deals. Just FYI. Okay, let's go through this. Treasury Secretary Bessent and U.S. Trade Representative Jameson Greer will head to Switzerland on Thursday for trade negotiations with China. This is official now. The trip was disclosed in a statement issued by both China and U.S. government, not Trump tweeting anything. This is important, but this unfortunately is already priced into the market. Okay. The mark first confirmed trade talk between the nations. Confirmed. Okay. Moderna, all healthcare stocks went down yesterday. BMY, Pfizer, Lilly, they were all down yesterday because of the whole tariff on drug stocks. Palantir took a dump yesterday. VRTX, as I said, all healthcare stocks were down yesterday. No problem, Samuel. Has been under the VWAP all night. Yep. Upwork. I'm not a big trader of this stock, but this may be a good time to do a straddle or a strangle on it. I'm looking for straddles and strangles right now. I'm looking for the most non-directional trades. Trade deficit came out wider than expected. This is becoming a big problem, folks. This is becoming a big problem. And this is like the pink elephant in the room that we won't be able to get rid of. Now, what does my favorite trader of all time have to say? Paul Tudor Jones, self-made billionaire. You have Trump, who's locked in on tariffs. You have the Fed, who's locked in on not cutting rates. That's not good for the stock market. Trump, tariffs, interest rates, FOMC, China, AMD. The only thing he didn't put in here was AMD. You see what he's looking at? He's telling you what are the catalysts right now. He's doing exactly what I try to get you guys to do every single morning. Somebody asked him. He says, you got tariffs and you got the Fed. Do you guys understand? Know your catalysts. If you don't know what your catalysts are, you're not going to be able to trade effectively. I don't know one professional trader that comes into the session who doesn't know what the catalyst is. Okay. Today, we're all focused on FOMC. Market watchers will closely follow Mr. Powell press conference for clues on the path ahead. That's the only thing that matters. We're seeing danger or we may see danger. We are seeing it or we may see it. Those are the only two things we need to focus on. And I'll be there every step of the way helping you with this. I thought that Clyde was your favorite trader of all time. Yeah, but Alan, let's keep this between us, okay? Let's keep this private. All right? Got to keep this on the down low. But this guy's a genius right here. Market watchers will closely follow Chair Jerome Powell's post test. I worked with two market wizards, but I never worked with him. However, economists stated that Powell is unlikely to provide specific details. I don't want specific details. I want to know, are we smelling garbage, or we may smell garbage? It's the only thing I care about. I'm smelling something bad, or not yet, but I see it coming and it may hit us. Do you guys understand? That's the only thing we care about. Okay? It's the only thing we hear about. Alan, let's keep this between ourselves privately, all right? Let's not tell anyone about this. So it'll be our little secret, okay? First quarter corporate earnings are out. We already talked about this. I'm actually really interested in FT&T. I may want to add this stock to my IRA if it continues, if it does well. I may want to add this. This is a really good fintech stock. Today, I will actually give you the real numbers. These are not the real numbers. This is what they anticipated at the beginning of earnings. Jeff and Bob, you guys crack me up. Crude oil inventories, not a big factor. Notice very little volatility overnight because of uncertainty due to FOMC. Investors are assessing global trade development, fresh batch of corporate earnings, focus turning to Fed's rate decision. Healthcare stocks underperformed, remaining pressured by announcement the tariffs targeting sector will be unveiled next 2 weeks. And I think he will unveil this 2 weeks. And this will have a major impact on Europe and India, because Europe and India manufacture a lot of the drugs we take. Oh, God, you guys crack me up. China index closed higher as Beijing rolled out a slew of easing measures. And again, we now have a confirmed trade talk. Yes, similar to Palo Alto. Very, very similar networking stock, Michael. Yeah. Japan closed slightly lower today as tariffs concern overshadowed optimism. Tariffs, trade talks. Tariffs, trade talks, FOMC. Pharmaceutical stocks led the decline. By the way, I want you guys to know something. Anytime you hear a fundamental event is impacting a stock, the reaction typically lasts 1 to 3 days. That's it. Unless the company does something themselves. If a third person says something about a company or an industry, the reaction typically lasts 1 to 3 days. Okay? Just wanted to give you guys that. Carlos says rich chats are disabled in the YouTube channel by the owner. Uh, no, we're Carlos. I'm seeing all of your chats. Yeah, they're not disabled. I'm seeing and reading all of your chats. So what are we looking at today? AMD, EA. This stock has been on my watch list in the morning, and I told you once it breaks the 200-day moving average, I like it a lot. We got Honeywell. They got upgraded, and again, they keep calling it the AI server maker. No, it's just a chip company, guys. It's not an AI server maker. It's just a chip company, and I don't know why I don't short this stock. I'm gonna circle it for myself. All right, now let's talk technicals, okay? Good. You're welcome, Alan. Where did you get that Merck short from? I wonder. Where did you get that Merck short from, Alan? Hold on a second. Let me just add something to here. Let's see. Could it be right here? My short list right now? Pepsi, Target, Merck, Halliburton? Yeah, Clyde send it to you. Exactly. Check your local bank and they will work with you and give you a much lower rate to get your business. So you're welcome. You're welcome. That's right. All right. So let's break things down. SPY. Folks, notice how little volatility we have right now. Notice this trading range. Everybody's waiting for clarity from the Fed and Trump. We're all in a wait and see mode. We're in a wait and see mode. I don't like what I'm seeing here, and I'm hoping I'm wrong, but to me, this looks like a stall of a rally right here. Although we need to get past this area. So even if we go up, but we can't get past this area, nothing good's going to happen. Perfect. So nothing good's going to happen. Be careful here. How about mega caps? Let's look at mega caps. Same thing. This is randomness. Folks, believe it or not, the market hasn't given us anything to work with in the last few days. Now, volatility's down, so we can obviously trade, but this is just shit. Excuse me, but this is garbage right here. How about QQQ? We got to get it either above or below the current area. Look, we got to get here or we're going to go down here. And I think today we'll have a much better idea of where we stand. Volume is going to be very low, Michael, till after the FOMC announcement at 2:30. And if you don't see me taking a lot of trades till after 2:30 today, please don't be shocked. I'm going to repeat this again. Folks, if you don't see me taking trades before 2:30 today, that's because I don't want to get stuck on the wrong side of the market with the Fed. I just want to make sure we're all understanding that. If I do take a trade, it'll be a trade that's not very sensitive to the Fed. Granted, I don't know too many right now. What about crypto? What are cryptos doing? Let's see. Kind of sitting right in that range, not really doing much. But cryptos is where we want to see stocks right now, above all this crap right here. Stocks are still down here. Cryptos are right here. How about RSP? Now, I don't want to give you levels right now because the levels right now, market is not market is not trading based off of levels right now. Market is trading off of sentiment right now. So now the level I want you to watch is the 50-day moving average. And on the SPY, the level I want you to watch, not price levels, but indicator levels. I want you to keep an eye on the 50-day moving average, which is at 554.68. And I want you to keep an eye on the 200-day moving average, which is at 573.66. So you got 573, excuse me, sorry. You got 573.26 and you've got 554.28-ish. And again, these are ballpark figures. If we keep going lower and we hit the 8-day here, we hit this line right here to the downside, the odds are we're going to come right back down here. Also, and I mentioned this to you several times, we have a huge liquidity pocket here. So it's very hard to get past this because there's a lot of value area. This is a huge value area. So for us to get past this right here, this 200-day moving average, we got to see a major catalyst like rates are going lower or we're in something really meaningful. It's not really retreating, Tiago. It's not doing anything. This is what I was going to say. Don't put on a lot of trades until FOMC. You guys understand? I'm not the only one that's saying that. Okay. All right. Volatility. What is volatility doing? Nothing. Although it's moving higher, but it's not really doing anything. Market is waiting for FOMC. I don't want to read into the tea leaves today because the tea leaves are random. Okay. Just FYI, a lot of randomness. Let's look at how momentum levels are looking. Now, this is the part you need to be worried about. We still have less than 100 stocks making 52-week highs. Let's see how many stocks are making 20-day breakouts. Yesterday, we came in with 290 stocks making 20-day breakouts. The day before, we had 704 stocks making 20-day breakouts. How many do we have today? 153. Thanks, Bob. Now, do you guys remember what I told you about the 20-day? I'm going to repeat this. If the number of stocks is increasing on the 20-day high, but it's not coming across to the 50-day high, that means you're seeing the rubber band being stretched, but you're not seeing a trending move. Look at number of stocks making 52. It's 46. Look at yesterday. 53. Look at the day before. So I'm going to repeat this 3 times in case you guys don't pay attention. The number of stocks making 20-day highs, it's the same algorithm, okay? Went from 704 to 290 to 153. We went from 704 to 153. The number of stocks making 50-day highs went from 57 to 46 during that period of time. Do you guys remember somebody here with Clyde's t-shirt telling you that was going to happen unless we saw the number of stocks coming into the 50-day high? Because this is a counter trend indicator and this is a trending indicator. I said it Monday. I said it Tuesday. I might have said it on Friday. I only spent about 20 minutes on this with you guys. I talked about how this is all my trending indicators. These are my reversion indicators. When you see a big number on the 20-day high, a 1-month high means absolutely nothing. I also explained to you that the rate of breakouts working on a 20-day high is less than 30%, where the 50-day high is over 50%. And if we can't get these stocks to move from here to here, they're going to revert. Well, guess what happened? We went from 704 stocks breaking out to 153 stocks breaking out. Now, do you guys remember me telling you that was going to happen? Telling you why it was going to happen? Telling you the statistical probability of it happening and being almost 100% certain it was going to happen over the last 3 days. I just want to see if anybody does not understand what I just went through, because I want to be super clear and I want to be 100% accountable to you. On Monday, when we came in here, this number was 704. See, Friday, that's coming into Monday because this is 1 day back. 704. And now we're at 153. And the number of stocks making 50-day high went from 57 to 46. So they lost 600 stocks and this lost less than 10 stocks. And I explained this in great detail to you guys. Exactly. Do you guys remember? Does anybody here not have an idea of what I'm talking about right now? I just want to say this before we move on. That's not bar charts. It's TC. It's stock fetcher. And yeah, I have it for you. Just send me an email, Bob. Do you guys remember? I said to you that the first thing happens here is you have 20-day breakouts. I explained to you the 20-day breakouts have a statistical probability of about 25-30% of breaking out. And I explained to you that unless this number starts making its way into this number, nothing good's going to happen. On Monday, coming in on Friday, this number was at 53, 57. Now it's at 40. So, Roger, how could the number of stocks making 20-day high go from 700 to 153 and the number of stocks making 50-day high go from 57 to 43? How is that possible? Because I know what to look at. And I've been doing this for 31 years. And if you just learned what I just explained to you, you have a huge advantage in this market to be able to tell a false breakout from a real breakout. Capiche? And if you don't have an understanding, you should watch my last two morning sessions in great detail. I have a paid version of Stock Fetcher, yes. I pay like $6 a month. So remember, I told you this was going to happen, and it did. So do we have a huge upside momentum right now on the 20-day breakouts? No. More importantly, do we have momentum on the 52-week high breakouts? Do you see this being above 100? No. Do we have any directional bias right now? No. What about 20-week highs? We have 25 stocks making 25-week highs. Congratulations. 25 making 6-month highs. 29 stocks making 20-week highs. What about 50-day high and lows? 46 and 31. And what does Uncle Roger and Clyde tell you if this number is less than 100? What does that mean? No directional momentum. So you have no directional momentum coming into the session, and you've got a fundamental event that doesn't happen until 2:30. Yeah, good luck trading that. Trying to keep you out of trouble. Yep, Chad, VIP room, and I gave it to you in the pit yesterday, in my pit. Merck, right here. Right there. My short list right now. All right, let's go through stocks. So we don't have any momentum. We don't have any bias. Everybody's in a wait and see mode. The only thing driving prices right now is AMD, Trump, and Fed. Okay, let me give you stocks that I like, and I got to get out of here. Yeah, very good session, right, Carlos? Thank you. And look, nobody's arguing with me about politics anymore. By the way, Boyd, are you here? Is Boyd still here, or did Boyd switch to a political group? Let me know. Boyd, are you here, or did you leave because this was too political for you? Let me know. Pepsi, Enphase. Haven't seen Boyd here in a few days. Enphase, Pepsi, TMO. I really like this stock a lot. Wendy's. Who gave you a bonus Wendy's trade yesterday that made good money? Who gave you guys a bonus builder? That's a beauty right there. I got to tell you, one thing I still have is I have the ability to pick out really good looking stocks. RHI. Beautiful looking stock. Beautiful. What a beauty. What a beauty. I'm going to tell you guys, I'm picking some really good looking stocks for you today. Ah, what a beauty. Look at that. Now, let me check one, the CMSI. I got it circled, but right here. Maybe somebody can remind me to put an alert on this stock at 2860, because when this thing breaks 2850, maybe 2850, guys, can somebody send me an email or a reminder to put an alert on SMCI at 2850? If you guys don't mind, please send me an alert, okay? Just send me a reminder. Now let me give you my longs. Now, before I give you my longs, there's something else that's very, very important. Not only are there 40 or 50 stocks making moves right now, notice the type of stocks that are making moves right now. Every stock I have on my sheet is pretty much defensive. So when defensive stocks are breaking out and you only have 40 of them, that's not a good sign for the bulls. So you got Altria and Philip Morris now on my watch list. Both only one to a customer. Air Lease Company. Don't know why this one is rocking and rolling right now. Not really loving this chart, but could be a good momentum if it has follow through. Gold stock. I actually have a gold stock that I like. Okay. Wheaton Precious Metal. This is a uh, this is a fairly defensive stock right here. Insurance stock. Okay. Berkeley. I've been talking about it every day. And also HIG and also Travelers. Okay. That's right, Carlos. That's right. That's right. RSG. Hey, do you guys remember what was the ticker I gave you yesterday or the day before of that ET? Here, I have it. IAK. One second. One second. I still like this right here to the upside. This IAK. Still like it. Okay. RSG. Notice these are all highly defensive stocks. Highly defensive stocks. Not a lot, just Jen. Very few moves are due to earnings. Now, you may want to wait for this for a few more days for it to come to the 8-day EMA because it still has to come down up to here. A little overdone. KC store again, folks. I don't like the stocks that are on my watch list to the upside. Very choppy, by the way. Moving, but this you'll have to swing trade this. And Charter communication stock. Yes, HIG is looking good. All right, folks, that is what I have for you today. Remember, I'll be live at 1:30, giving you my prognosis, giving you my agenda, telling you what my levels are. I'll be in my VIP room at noon today talking more about ATR and finally giving you guys earnings. We really need to discuss earnings. I'm a pig for not doing it earlier. And don't forget, the best place to hang out when Uncle Roger's not around. Hey, I just rhymed. The best place to hang out when Uncle Rogers and Clyde are not around is the Customer Service Live. Thank you, folks. I had a great session. I'm going to go to work. Please be patient today. If you don't get a lot of trades from me before 2:30, that's because I don't know what Powell is going to say. And I am not a gambler. And either is Clyde. So Clyde and I are going to try to keep you guys out of trouble today. Okay? Folks, if you don't mind, how about some thumbs up before you go? Here, I'll give myself a thumbs up. Real quick. Thumbs up right here. And I'll see you all in the next couple of hours. Thank you all so much for being here, and thank you for not making this difficult for me today. Can we look at sector strength? I did look at sector strength. Look. You still have mostly tech leading, but look at consumer discretionary and look at Bitcoin. And QQQ is below utilities now. Not great. Not great. Losing firepower. Bye, guys. Have a great day. I love you all. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you later. Bye. But the word for today, folks, is